But we're going to begin once again with the latest on Canada's wildfires. One of the more than 1,000 burning right now. Perhaps the biggest worry is the concerns around the fires raging outside the town of Hay River. It's the second largest community in the Northwest Territories, but it now lies pretty empty, evacuated because of that impending threat.
Everything that we have to throw at this, we are. And so far, so good. We haven't lost any people. And so I do implore anybody that's in the community, if you have options, you really need to look at them.
The latest report from the fire officials overnight placed the edge of that wall of flames perilously close to Hay River's airport, just 1 kilometre in fact. Now, these photos taken over the area yesterday show the runways and the thick smoke nearby billowing into the air. The town centre is a little further away, and water bombers like this one continue to attack the flames from the air. So far, officials say 2 cabins have been lost. Wildfire-weary fire crews face another grueling day, with the forecast calling for temperatures around 30 degrees and winds gusting up to 40 kilometres an hour. Should things worsen, officials say the Coast Guard has 2 vessels on standby to evacuate the fire crews. For more on this, we're joined by Mike Westwick. He is a wildfire information officer in the Northwest Territories, and he joins us now from Edmonton. Mike, good to have you back on the show. What is the latest you can tell us about those wildfires?
So in terms of the wildfire outside of Hay River, we're still looking at about the same distances away from the city as yesterday. We did see north winds yesterday. That pushed the fire back on itself, gave us a good opportunity to get a lot of good work done. We had a really aggressive air attack yesterday, lots of air tankers active. We got 10 helicopters on this fire. Many of them were active with their buckets crew moves and everything else. So a good day yesterday, preparing for a potentially difficult one today.
Do you have any sense of what's happening with the wildfires around Yellowknife?
Yeah, we're still sitting in a position where we're about 15 kilometers to the northwest is the closest one to Yellowknife. We did see some activity to the north end of that fire over the past couple of days, but the team is making good progress there. They've got boots on the ground right on the perimeter of that fire, moving up along the perimeter to the eastern perimeter of the fire, and dealing with all these hot spots that still exist on that 40 kilometer plus length set of line. And as they do, the frontline firefighters move past those hot spots, we're moving in military and behind them to take care of mop up on those areas. All of this is good work, and it's progress towards getting folks home safe in that area. Of course, we're in a very different position in Hay River and Fort Smith.
Absolutely. So that's what I wanted to ask you about, Mike, because you were able to get on board one of those flights to get evacuated out of Hay River. Our latest report indicates that the fire is closing in on the airport. So what happens then? If the fire gets to the airport, how does that impact people's ability to get in and out?
I want to be clear that the fire did not grow significantly towards the airport yesterday. Okay. It reached that position during the blow-up event the other day. We have plans to make sure that we keep folks safe there should the time come. It would involve, repositioning to strategic areas that are, safer for folks. But again, none of our firefighters left. We're continuing to battle that blaze as hard as possible. The Unified Command there, the town of Hay River's structural firefighters and folks coming in from all over to help out with that effort did save a ton of structures when that came forward the other day, as did the extensive work over the past few weeks to build out protections, to build out those fuel breaks, to build out those guards made with heavy equipment, to have structural protection in place. All of this contributed to that blow-up event being much less damaging than it could have been if those hard-fought firefighting efforts were not put in over the past few weeks.
And what are you hearing from the firefighters directly on the ground?
What I'm hearing is the same as I hear on most incidents. Of course, very hard work ahead, but they're all dedicated to the mission. These are folks from our communities. These are folks who really care about this stuff, and it's a remarkable group of people out there, from all walks there, wildfire, structural, everything else, everything, within the firefighting world there, who are working hard to get you home soon and get you home safe. and make sure there's a great community to come back to at the end of all this.
Mike, you referenced these passionate individuals and also this desire to get back home. Hay River is also your home, or certainly your base where you've been working. So do you have any sense, because yesterday you said to us you want to get back there as quickly as possible. Do you have any sense when you can get back?
Hoping within the next couple of days, of course, with the fast advance of that fire. Essential support folks like myself, the decision was made to move us out of there to make sure that all the operations could be well supported there, and to make sure that that folks who were not directly involved in the firefighting effort there got out safe. So, desperately want to get back to work up there, get back to the territory I live in. Care about this too. It's tough. It's tough to be away, but it was the right decision for now, and looking forward to get back up there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having you back up there as well, and hopefully in a very, very safe situation. To that point, what is the forecast looking like for you guys in the next few days?
Yeah, so in Hay River, we're looking at, again, some potentially tough conditions. We've got temperatures today. We're expecting to see, high 20s to 30 degrees. Southwesterly winds, 15 kilometers, gusting up to 30 kilometers per hour today, and expecting to shift southwesterly, 15 kilometers, gusting up to 35 to 40 kilometers. So some pretty heavy winds. And again, just continued very dry conditions in the area, very unseasonal. It's conditions that would support severe fire activity and support growth to the north and the east. It's a challenging situation, but again, over the past few weeks, there has been a lot of hard-fought firefighting efforts that have got us in a place where we're ready to push back on this thing as best as we can and as safely as we can here. We're going to be doing everything we can to keep this community safe as we move forward.
Wildfire Information Officer for the Northwest Territories, Mike Westwick, we thank you and we wish you luck.
Thank you for having me.